XS Vampire able to pick that one up in time, and with Fade using that orb aggressively, XS Vampire is going to be able to quickly walk around him and make sure that Gambit get 3 of the bounty runes. And in fact, there should be
4.
Yeah, it should be. The last one remaining is the one over there side of the map. XS Vampire TP's out to safety. Fade has nowhere near enough damage or control to do anything about it. Gambit getting the edge there. Bottom lane, SCCC seeing a chance to get aggressive. Jumps in onto F&G with Dark Pack damage and the Cookie Port from BO3. That'll do it. First blood for Aster. They pounce in while Shashlo is away.
Initiating from far away, bottom lane.
Let's see, FNG is going to be in trouble once again. SCCC and BO3 easily on top of them. They'll get the kill. And this time SCCC will be able to get that permanent Essence Shift stack. Rotation from GPK is in to punish it and will be a success. These are the sort of moves that you say you're looking to GPK to make, and he's pulling them off already. Coming in, no hesitation, and they'll be fine with that one. Sure, you dove, you killed a support, but suddenly you've lost your carry for a good amount of time during this laning stage. Now a rotation actually may punish that aggression. Dream feeling a little too confident and not prepared for Chuan to come in with the Astral setup. There is a bit of backup for both sides. The Mortimer's Kisses are out because of those fast levels. They can make this quick play. Not necessarily something you expect, or is it's 9 minutes in, this Snapfire to come in and start firing your ultimate at you already. And Mother Runes, CCC tried to grab it, but Shashlo will pick it up. He's going to pop the borrowed time. And SCCC is going to look to try and fight through it. He's building up the Essence Shift stacks. TP comes in, doesn't want to stick around for the last hit. FNG's here, and SCCC, he's not messing around. Shadow Dance and a TP away. He knows the Gambit were coming in and he was being baited forward, and he's not going to fall for that bait.
He was running low on mana. Good decision not to dive. It's really not worth it, especially if Dream gets the return kill on him.
If they can take these towers, that will push them nice and quickly towards that early item rush. CCC, no surprises with his items. Treads into the defusal, not going to mess around with sort of the drums on the way, as we do see some Slarks go for. Bottom lane, coil combo. Here it is, the setup, coil into the Mortimer's Kisses. Not a whole lot you can do against this relentless damage firing down from you from afar.
Oh, Cookie! Oh! Jumps over him.
A little too close there, the creep. As just off the mark, but a good attempt nonetheless from BO3.
Vampire is invis. I don't think you're getting a kill on Slark. Pounce, level 3. Also have ulti if he feels threatened. I think this benefits Aster more. Slark is about to finish his defusal blade.
They're going to try for him. This is not easy.
They have no ground stuns. Battery does not work. Zoning Mortimer's Kisses.
All right. I mean, that's a little bit of a win there for Gambit. Shows not a kill, but now you don't have to worry about the Snapfire out for that long old cooldown of 100 seconds. So you may have opened up yourself an opportunity to find something else within that timing, even though you did not get it immediately. And yeah, immediately you see Aster. They're backing away from this top because Gambit, they're moving around this top tier 1 tower. They're ready to try and push for some objectives, knowing that threat of the Snapfire isn't around.
It's going to take them a while to take the bottom tower. Even Glyph is popped. Gambit has a better sieging opportunity with Abaddon's Curse of Avernus, level 3. Also, they have a siege creep, so they can still defend the bottom tower.
I'm going to make sure GPK gets the last touch. And that is the question, do they want to head down here? It is slowly falling with the siege creep there. They are doing it. Aster sort of double guessing themselves, wondering if they can stick around to finish it off. And I think they realize now there's not going to be any defense coming in. They'll take the tier 1 tower down towards mid lane. Aster might need some backup to head over as XS Vampire comes in aggressively, drops down the cogs. Fortification will be used by Aster. As Gambit, they've quickly moved over here to continue to take more towers away from Aster.
Aster's lineup is much stronger now. That's finished the Defusal Blade on Slark. They're ready to take a fight.
And if Fate can find a coil, it will go, but as it is, Chuan's more focused on soaking in that wave at the top. It's halfway towards the Axe. This does mean that XXS is sort of left isolated. He's going to be able to get any of his abilities off. He's just only going to be able to find the Purification, and that is not enough to keep him alive. Gambit, they'll take the kill. They'll resume the siege here in the middle lane, taking down the tier 1 tower. They'll find it. Aster just sort of more focused on making sure they do have these next big items. Chuan really wants the Axe done before he turns up. He's 1,500 gold away from it.
These items are coming quickly on Aster. There's going to be full pipe in the next minute and a half. Four staff finished on position for Puck. Slark with the Diffusal Blade. He kind of cripples the Storm Spirit with the leash, with the mana burn.
This should be a pretty simple kill to find with that Diffusal Blade and the Mortimer's Kisses on top of it. No chance for Vampire. No, but I mean, you're right. Obviously, Ags on Snapfire is very busted, making Mortimer's Kisses global. Crappuccino. Mid lane in the river. There's a fight kicking off. SCCC is going to look for the Lich. Dragging in with the Sinister Gaze, but FNG will fall to his death. Zip back up to the high ground. GPK is fine, but now Chuan, he's there with the setup. The Astral onto Shashlo. It's time to start getting those beautiful Essence Shift stacks up. Oh, another Astral. I'll be honest, I think SCCC is probably a little disappointed with that. You know, he wanted to keep on hitting the Abaddon. Sure, they kill him anyway. But, you know, you got a Slark there. The Abaddon's got no help. Chuan just wanted to play it safe.
Can't blame OD. He also wants to get the Sanity Eclipse charges.
That's okay. That's true. It's sort of.
You're only thinking from your point of view,
I'm thinking from the
OD.
carry point of view. As that Slark, I would be pretty annoyed. But come on, dude. I just want to keep it hitting him. It doesn't matter that he's going to heal up. But you're right. The OD's like, nah, that's my charge. I'm taking that. Mid tower, the push will be put to a bit of a slowdown. FNG comes in with a Frost Shield. It's been a bit of a slow game for him mid lane. GPK able to find the opening onto XXS, and they do have the control to take it.
Does not want to use it. Like he could have popped Pipe, Magic Wand, and get the spells off. Also, OD was really close to use that Astral.
And straight to Roche off the back of that pickoff.
Their damage is pretty limited.
Just with the Curse of Avernus, it certainly helps. Getting him down that little bit faster. It's been scanned. I mean, Aster, they are almost certainly going to want to try and play for a steal. SCCC can look for the pounce in.
Here comes Grandma.
Here comes the Kisses from afar, pushing them out of the pit. Roshan, it's low. It is really low here. Gambit, they don't want to give this one up. They want to stick around and make sure they finish it off in the cell. GPK is going to be able to find the Slark outside, jumps in with the Vortex, pounds forward, the Sinister Gaze dragging him in. The Astral as well, Slark's in trouble. He needs backup and he needs it now. The Roshan falls to Gambit, GPK picks up the Aegis, and now Gambit, they can look to fight. Aster's got to back off. As with the BKB popped by Dream, he's chasing on. The GA comes out. They will start to build up the charges here, pumping into Dream. Chuan, hit those Arcane Orbs. He's hurting. He can look towards Shashlo. Shashlo hasn't actually got the bar of time. It's already used. He gets the triple kill, Tron. So despite Gambit getting the Roche, getting the Aegis on GPK, the overall fight absolutely ends up going the way of Aster, with Chuan just cleaning up.
And they're still not done. They're going to get the Clockwork as well. Invis, do they have? There is one sentry on Snapfire. Does not want to use it. It's actually really worth it for Aster. They're getting the kills, even though GPK still got the hands on that Aegis.
Would you like this for GPK as well? We saw him kill the BKB earlier, but he's opted to go for the more aggressive approach.
Because
going for the
he
Orchid.
has that Aegis, so you can afford to be more greedy.
The drag back on the Slark. You're going to see the zip to the backlines. He's looking for Tron on the OD. He's chasing GPK, focusing this OD with the silence.
That's the target to go for.
There we have it. The GA comes out. Have they got the magical damage still to bring Tron down? If he could get to the side, Glimmer Cape's out, but Exodus Vampire's in with the hook shot, the cogs. The OD is trapped. The OD is dead. They'll kill off Tron. Sure, GPK loses one life, but he's ready to come back with the second. The Mortimer's Kisses. They're coming in from the east. The one to the left. The Fade's getting pushed back by Dream. SCCC looks towards Shashlo, but the borrowed time is there, keeping him alive. GPK tried to find Baboka. The soul burn damage from the Orchid, not enough to kill him, as Baboka will be able to TP out. GPK still with a lot of mana to play with.
Perfect target to go for. They need to delete that OD. He also had the window, a couple of seconds to use Astral on himself. He was hesitating, does not have a BKB yet, so there was this Orchid on him, so he could not get any spells off. If you don't have a big head, you can't have big brain, right?
That's true. Got to grow those heads. It's bottom lane. They'll get the kill. GPK, you can feel it.
Mindbreaker on Slark. That's a big one, jumping on the Storm Spirit, who still does not have a BKB, even though I don't think they can kill him, but, you know, it could change things around, especially if the BKB drops.
Smoking from Aster. Ready to invade. He gets scanned, though. Gambit know that this is coming. Excess Vampire in position to dispel the smoke. So SCCC tries with the jump into second pounce. Won't latch, but they have the Dream Coil follow-up. Looks towards the turret, and the Mortimer's Kiss is coming in from the back lines. What does GPK want to do? He's going to look towards SCCC, forces out the BKB as SCCC stays committed onto FNG, looking for the easier kills, and will find it. Takes down the Lich and now wants to look for more GPK. Zips straight across, on towards the Snapfire. Defensive Astral keeps the Snapfire safe. Excess Vampire hook shots across, but it's into his death. The GA's out. The Chain Frost will get a good amount of bounces here. He drops the Sanity's Eclipse. Aster, they'll turn over towards this Dream's Razor. GPK's TP's out. He does not want a part of this fight as Aster, they're taking over. They've taken the 2 kills. 2 big ones as well. That was a dieback from FNG, dead for a minute. So effectively the 3 kills and only losing the Snapfire themselves.
Also the buyback from position 4 Clockwork. Like, they need to go in. You could see Omni-Knight in that fight. He's holding that GA for the last moment. He does not need to pop it. They have these Astrals to save them. They're playing around.
Gambit starting to push over onto Aster's half here. Zip forward onto Tron. GPK's looking for the opening. He's going on straight away. The counter plays there, though, as SCCC jumps into the river. Looks towards Shashlo. He's been disarmed for now, but the disarm will end. Another pounce onto this Abaddon. Borrowed time's going to be popped, but SCCC's just going to continue to build up the essence shift. Pops the BKB. He wants to fully commit. GPK, another zip away, will keep him safe. Shashlo's not quite as fortunate. The Abaddon is dead.
Didn't have the chase.
They pick up another. And now that timing's passed where Chuan, Sanity's Eclipse, back online again. It's very hard for Gambit to fight into this. As Aster smoked up and ready to hunt once more. 16-7 right now at 35 minutes. Gambit, they're on the high ground with the smoke themselves. SCC is going to find the opportunity to get on FNG. A couple of hits for Chuan. FNG's gone.
Just build up those stacks in and out. Also, they can try to poke Roche, see if there's any kind of rotation. They know that there's no buyback on Lich. He already used it in the previous fight.
SCCC, he's going to be ready to dive around this tier 2. He's on, he's in, jumps in aggressively towards Shashlo. He knows there really is nothing that Gambit can do that scares him. Zip forward for GPK. Whoa!
Cookie! He knew! BO3.
I mean, that was pretty sweet. He's just still able to zip out, but indeed GPK zipping into the cookie.
Even FNG tipped him after that play.
That was pretty cute.
They didn't get the kill, but it was pretty sick.
Now, SCCC, there we have it. Static Link. For what? You just pounce in, pounce out, enjoy your 25 damage. And bottom, oh, look at that damage. I mean, Ghost Scepter, it's not going to save you, unfortunately, FNG.
He doesn't have the clear target to go for. Usually, like you see Oracle, I want to delete him, but there's 3-4 staff, 2 charges of Astral Imprisonment, 2 pounces.
There we go. On to Dream. Dream. He's getting forced in a little deeper. There's the zip forward from GPK. We'll get the Vortex off on 2 of them. But there's nothing they have in follow-up, and now Aster, they see an opportunity for Fate to find the 3-man Dream Coil. FNG dead and gone, and with the BKB from SCCC, he can just commit. He's being static linked, but he doesn't really care. He's just racking up the essence shift. Will pounce away now. Zip over from GPK. He's running a little on the mana. And due to the Vortex onto Tron, Tron pots the BKB.
There's the GA.
He's punching through them all. It's arcane orb damage, far too much for them to deal with. They have to TP out on the Storm. GPK will be able to get back to base. But Aster, they are just taking every single team fight. Gambit's draft just doesn't have it in their heroes to really do anything against the 5-man that Aster have right now.
They can't fight. Even with the full duration static link on Slark, he still deals damage.
Oh, wait, hold on here.
Wait.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Well, that's one way to lose a game.
To lose the game. Oh, SCCC. What's he doing? I mean...
Well, you feel invincible, you know. When your team is around, and then
he's like, this game's over. Easy game, pushing mid, and then bam, I believe, I don't know what caught it first. I think it was the Orchid Silence. And obviously his BKB was still on cooldown. And now Gambit's going to get roast. I mean, this seemed, not necessarily the hugest of leads for Aster, but it was a pretty solid one. They were literally winning every single team fight. And then they go and lose SCCC like that. And they suddenly give Gambit this new breath of life. They've absolutely got themselves back into this game now, Gambit.
They gave him Cheese, Aegis, Storm 25, and 4 bounty runes. I still feel Aster is in control of this game. They're just a bit mentally done, you know.
Yes,
after that kind of loss. We had it in the bag. Now GPK can do whatever he wants with the with his Aegis. Slark still chasing.
I mean, yeah, for sure. You know, it's, as we said, for you know, the reason why Aster were winning all these team fights is just because it is a great game for Slark. It's a great game for the OD. To Gambit with the smoke, they're coming in from the low ground, quick with the pounce. SCC tries to get on top of Dream. Dream, or the standing link, he's going to stay on top of the OD, so this time he'll get a good duration of it, so we'll build up a lot of damage. They get the coil out onto two of them. GPK and Dream are held in position, but SCCC's fallen pretty low. Pops both the BKB and the Shadow Dance at the same time. That's when you know he's panicking, and now it ends. The zip across with the 25. These Remnants, they're adding up. It's doing a lot of damage. They've got to get back. They turn with the Statics Eclipse, but it isn't enough damage to get the kill, and they'll lose Twan, and now in success, he's dead as well. Twan will buy back. GPK low on the mana. He's got to retreat a little bit, still has the Aegis. Can they even pop that? This Astral should do it.
30 seconds left on Aegis.
And they want to kill him the once. Fade did blink over
ready.
the team fight.
Let's see if he can time it.
He can. Gets the initial leash. Is there any sort of safe? There is not. Gone in a couple of hits. The Storm will fall. Dream as well should die. Nothing to keep the Razor safe. Aster, they hit back and they hit back hard. FNG is able to TP out, but Shashlo is going to fall. The gem will be dropped, available for Aster to claim. And Aster, they can push back into a lineup that doesn't have buyback available on Dream. Dream is dead for 90.
They need to run on the mid lane, force a buyback from this Storm Spirit. There are a couple of missed pounces from Slark, but he timed that one, the one that mattered on the Storm Spirit after Aegis. Storm has a buyback, and it's gonna cause problems. Buyback, clear the creep wave. They need to glyph it if he buys back.
And if there's somewhere they can get in and kill off Twan, they will have that chance to push into a team without the OD buyback.
They already used the glyph on glyph action.
Aster are not going anywhere until they get at least an objective. Awesome buybacks. They jump in looking for FNG. FNG with a Ghost Scepter will be fine. He's going to throw the Chain Frost out, try and put a stop to this push. Hook shot forward. They're trying to protect the buybacks, ensure that Gambit don't have to use them, but they do need to. GPK pops it now, zips it. The Vortex, the BKB committed as he grabs in the two of them, looking towards XXS. Antoine zips across with the silence. This should be a dead Omni. He's protected for now by the Astral, but as he comes out into the Remnant, he should fall, but he's still alive. XXS, he actually gets the chance to heal up, and now GPK brought back. He's got no mana. He's got no health. The falls into the side, but GPK is dead for 2 minutes. Aster kill him off and should now have the chance to get at least the racks, maybe almost certainly, I would say even more, without the Storm available for 2 minutes. This should be...
Man, I wish Lich had ulti there after that great pull on 3 heroes. They had no follow-up. And they're full HP. Omni Knight is regioning them up with Purification and Heavenly Grace.
They're playing it a little safer, so they're not going to go for the tier 4s of the game. I mean, they know that GPK doesn't have buyback. I feel like without the Storm, there's not really that much Aster need to be scared of, but they want to go for a second set of racks. They don't want to try and force the game. I mean, they still have 80 seconds. They've got more than enough time to just go for both of them.
Link broken. There's going to be ulti in 9 seconds, 22 charges.
Pops the BKB and the Satanic, starts to heal himself back up. They are managing to draw Aster's attention away from the racks for now. Aster, where's the focus going to be? It's back on the melee racks. They'll get it. Now they move over towards the tier 4s. Still 1 minute with no GPK Storm in the game.
It's a very long minute for Gambit.
Is there anything they could do to stop this without their Storm? I don't think so. Fade, he's in with the silence. They've caught out the coil onto the two of them. Mortimer's Kisses are there with the backup. Sanity's Eclipse is down. This will be Aster closing up game 1. GG is called. They'll take the win. And SCC, you know, he's going to turn his teammates and say, look, actually, I made it a bit exciting, you know. Yeah, I just wanted to keep you guys on your toes. They have a bit of a blunder at one point, but for the most part, the draft was excellent from Aster, and they just didn't have the answers on Gambit's lineup.